Getting set for action in the 8th race. Let's take it to Kevin.
Okay, Darren, well, this is an interesting race, only a small field, but a good field, and it should be quite an interesting affair. 25.45 or 25.40 metres a journey. We've got $2.20 for Grand Montana, $2.70 Young Mr. Charles, and $3.90 for Late Bid. The other three long odds, so I suppose the trifecta will be pretty skinny should they fill the placings, these three favourites. But it'll be an interesting race. Gate is rolling now. Coming up, just the 6 runners, Smart Bill, Grand Montana, Andrell's Joy on the front. Second line, Alphabet, Late Bid, Young Mr. Charles. And here they go for the 8th. 25.40 metres, they're all set. And they're racing. Away well, Grand Montana, and on the outside, Andrell's J showing plenty of gate speed as well. But Grand Montana will cross to the fence and lead Andrell's J, clear of Smart Bill. Young Mr. Charles getting through early into the 1-1 around Alpha Beat, and back to the tail of the field as Late Bid. Grand Montana in front, but he's still keen to lead on Andrell's Joy, and he's going to give it to him too, Darren Hancock, on Grand Montana. And Andrell's Joy has gone to the front now down the back from Grand Montana, Smart Bill. Young Mr. Charles is left without cover here momentarily. Alpha Beat on his inside, Late Bid last. In the back end, it's Andrell's Joy. One of the three roughies in the race, leads from Grand Montana, a length away third, Smart Bill, and Alpha Beat. Young Mr. Charles is the only horse off the fence at the moment. He's racing one out without cover, and Late Bid was last. Coming down the side of the track with about 1,700 metres to go, and he's slowing them down on Andrell's Joy. From Grand Montana and around the outside, Young Mr. Charles without cover on the outside of Smart Bill. Second last is Late Bid, and last is Alpha Beat. Down the straight with 2 rounds to go. Andrell's Joy shows the way. Young Mr. Charles just creeping up a little bit closer on the outside. Grand Montana is third. He's going to be pocketed now. Late Bid is 1-1. On the inside is Smart Bill, and last outside of it is Alpha Beat. Well, gee, they're slowing right down. Andrell's Joy J has really slowed them right up out of the straight, and Andrell's J by a length to Young Mr. Charles, who has Grand Montana in the pocket. One out, one back, Late Bid from Smart Bill, and last of all is Alpha Beat. 1,400 left to go, and Andrell's J's got him under a stranglehold at the moment to try and hold him back. They're going slowly. Young Mr. Charles on the outside of Grand Montana, pocketed behind the leader, and then Late Bid on the outside of Smart Bill, and Alpha Beat was last. Still no change in the order. The 6 runners going up past the 1,200 metres. This leader is pulling hard in front. Andrell's J. He wants to run, but he's trying to slow him right up. And he leads Young Mr. Charles on the outside of Grand Montana, pocketed. Late Bid 1-1 around Smart Bill, and Alpha Beat last. He keeps going for double grips on this leader, Andrell's J. And as they come into the home straight, he leads from Young Mr. Charles and Grand Montana. Then Late Bid 1-1, getting a good run around Smart Bill, and Alpha Beat last. Down to the bell, a round to go, and Andrell's J in front. He's got to keep taking another hold on him. He's still keen to go. And Andrell's J past the bell, leads by a length. Young Mr. Charles is trying to keep Grand Montana in the pocket as long as he can. Late Bid in the 1-1 around Smart Bill, and Alpha Beat last. Into the back, 600 left to go. And still the leader, Andrell's J. 3/4 Young Mr. Charles. Grand Montana still in the pocket third. Late Bid in the 1-1 from Smart Bill and Alpha Beat. Down the back though, and Andrell's J in front, quickening up from Young Mr. Charles. Grand Montana still waiting for a run. He can't get out yet. Late Bid to get to peel out, and then comes Smart Bill, Alpha Beat. Out of the back, Young Mr. Charles almost on terms with Andrell's J, who's under some pressure now. And Late Bid is starting to peel 3 wide. Grand Montana comes one off the inside, but he's still pocketed. Young Mr. Charles turned in front from on the outside. Late Bid. Grand Montana trying to get a run. He'll switch back to the inside now. Young Mr. Charles in front. Late Bid's grabbing him. Grand Montana coming through on the inside, but Late Bid hit the lead. Grand Montana's coming quickly. Late Bid's going to hang on though. Late Bid's one at a neck to Grand Montana, a length away third. Young Mr. Charles. Alpha Beat fourth, Smart Bill fifth, and Andrell's Joy pulled hard. Andrell's J last in. Late Bid's won it. Rick Thurlow. $4.10 and $3. Well, that was a race of tactics there between the three favourites. Late Bid, Young Mr. Charles, and Grand Montana. Grand Montana was in the pocket, and he was going to be in trouble getting a run, and it never really came until they were well into the straight. He switched back onto the fence, but he wasn't able to sprint quickly enough to grab Late Bid. They got past Young Mr. Charles, who'd raced outside the leader. But as it turned out, it was Late Bid who'd had the best run on the race in the 1-1, and he's been able to hold off Grand Montana and Young Mr. Charles. But it was only a slow run. They went very, very slowly in the middle stages. 3:20.1 the overall time, so very slow run. But late bid, it's been a while since he's won a race, and he's back into the winner's circle. He's won 31 races all up, and he's been able to get the money.